It's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. We're here at Mayhall's 20 Lanes, and we're here with the rhythm section, the muscle of Hollis Brown, Andy Zainal and Dylan DeVito. You guys are both from the Cleveland area. Andy, you're from Shaker Heights area. Dylan, right here from Lakewood. What's it feel like being back? You guys haven't been back in a while.
Love coming back. It's been a year for me. Happy to be home and catching up with some family. I'm psyched about it. Yeah, a couple days.
I love coming back, and I get to a decent amount, so very happy to be here.
So, Dylan, you were in Cats on Holiday here with your dad, Dennis DeVito. I love the T-shirt, by the way. You really built up some chops here, man, when you were playing. That must have been a really formative time for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it coming from you because you're a badass drummer. And I was lucky growing up with the caliber of those guys, you know.
And Andy, what were you busy doing in your growing up years here in Cleveland?
I moved to Columbus when I was 18 to go to Ohio State, and I kind of cut my teeth in the Columbus music scene more than the Cleveland scene. Definitely,
right.
yeah.
Right. So now you guys are in this awesome band. You just put out your really second album of original stuff called 3 Shots. You got hooked up with this Bo Diddley track, which I thought was pretty fascinating. How did that come about?
Well, our management company, the owner of the company, owns the rights to the Bo Diddley estate, so she wanted us to give it a crack at underdubbing to a guitar track that he had unfinished.
That must have been fascinating. You guys also put out a whole album of Velvet Underground covers. You actually did a song-by-song replay of the Loaded album with Sweet Jane and Rock and Roll and some just classic songs. I mean, how audacious. Did that come about right after Lou Reed's death, I assume?
Well, our friend Jesse Malin had a tribute to him shortly after Lou Reed passed away, and we were like, you know, every band did like 2 songs, 3 songs. We're like, hey, Jesse, can we just do all of Loaded? And he let us like close the night out with Loaded, and people liked it, and our label at the time wanted us to put it out for Record Store Day, so we recorded it in 2 days. And
you have any of the vinyls left? Because that's all I listen to these days, but I heard those sold out pretty quick.
Yeah, it's like a Starburst vinyl, like the actual color of it. Mine's in New York, but I'll give all my vinyls to my dad, so you can go steal it from him.
That's great.
You're, 2 blocks away?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you guys are doing some Bo Diddley. You're probably doing some Bob Dylan, I guess, because the name of the band, Hollis Brown, came from the Ballad of Hollis Brown, On the Times They Are Changing. That's a pretty depressing song. You know, when you listen to it, what did you guys feel like joining a band? And when you looked that up and said, what are these guys into?
Yeah, I don't know.
Real happy guys.
You're real happy-go-lucky, yeah. It's pretty. I don't know. Why the hell are we called Hollis Brown? Huh?
That's a good question. When we haven't done Dylan songs in a while, but twice we did it 2 years in a row at a winery upstate. It was Dylan Fest, where we did a bunch. And John, who doesn't sing in our band at all, he did the Ballad of Hollis Brown by himself, and it was fun.
That's great. And you guys are opening up for the Counting Crows here this summer. That should be a blast, don't you think?
Oh yeah,
that'll definitely be the biggest thing we've ever done by exponentially. You know, so.
We'll get on some good stages. We'll get some good experience on some big stages, some big audiences.
How does that change what you do? I mean, you guys have played out a lot. You're tight as a band. You know each other as musicians. You just went up in the Poconos to do this new album. It sounds really different. You took a giant leap forward. But what does this do for you when you say, oh, we're going to be opening up for a major act here for thousands of people?
I'm not sure I really know how we're going to do differently because we've been on big stages before, but I don't know. I wing it. I think like just being that far apart from each other on stage, you know, I'm like glued to his bass drum. I just look at him, you know, I sit on his bass drum the whole show. So it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a learning experience for sure.
You guys got to practice here like Keith Moon.
Yeah, we got to get our rock poses together, you know.
We always get at John. Nice trill, John. Yeah. So.
Well, you guys are awesome. The album is great. I hope it does well for you. I hope you have a lot of fun. Let us know next time you're back in Cleveland. Have some fun here tonight.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.
Cheers, Tom.
Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.